This, it's me, a casual hunter. I have approached this game like many of us would, just casually playing and taking my time. And by far, I've always considered myself a good hunter. That was until I came across this video. You serious? Not only did he get that time, but he also used one of the most underrated weapons in Monster Hunter, the hunting horn. For those that don't know, which will be the majority of you Lons or Weeaboo users, the hunting horn can be a very complex weapon. Not only you have to memorize weapon attacks, inputs, and combos, but also song rotations. To get that time on a tempered Lagiacrus with this weapon demonstrates a level of hunting unlike anything I've ever seen. So, I wanted to do it too. I have never tried speedrunning before, but today, I'm throwing myself into the chaos and seeing how fast I can hunt this monster. No guides, no strats, just raw instincts, stubbornness, and a timer. Let's see how badly this goes. Because I'm stubborn to the core, I wanted to try it by myself without using the video as reference for anything. I had an idea first. How about I start with a normal Lagiacrus so I can practice? But, as you can see, no matter how many times I tried, it was just too hard. Perhaps I was not cut out for this. I keep messing up my combos, my zone rotations, and I'm failing to predict the monster's movement, resulting in loss of time. There was just too much. The skills required for this amazing feat were not acquired in a few hunts. They were learned through hundreds, if not thousands of hours of gameplay. It was just that, as a casual player, such feat was out of my reach. Wait, was that? You know, there's a time in your life when you hit rock bottom that you're presented with two choices. Shut up and lament your lack of skills to accomplish your dreams and always be stuck in this endless loop of victimhood, and everyone else is the problem except you. Or get up and say, screw you, I will succeed no matter how many times I fail, and take responsibility for my own growth. But if I am to get good, I must train, and I know exactly what must be done. First, we need a perfect arching hunting horn. Ideally, one with 4 attack up plus and 100 grass fire element.
So, I went and acquired a small amount of resources and spent the majority of few hours crafting a lot of arching hunting horns.
And by a lot, I mean 67 of them, until I hit this. That's right, that is a 5+ attack up arching roll. If you want to know how to do this, you need to know that the process is very time consuming and it takes a lot of materials, but I will briefly explain. Your arching rolls are set for every save file, so no matter how many times you load your save file, the roll will always be the same. This means that if roll number 1 was +2 attack up and +3 elemental attack up, if you reload the save before making it, the roll will come out the same. I believe this was done to prevent the save and loading method. But this fails to prevent anything. It just makes it so it's more time consuming. What you need to do is to get all the resources to at least craft 50 or more Earthians. Then save before crafting anything. Craft a bunch of the Earthian weapons you want, don't worry about the type, just make sure it's elemental. And then start rolling until you find the roll you want. In this case, mine was found in roll 67. That means that all I had to do is roll the save, then craft 66 Artian hunting horns and make sure that the 67 has the right element, in this case fire, and done. I spent 3 hours on this just for a 5% extra damage. God, I need a life. With my chosen weapon in hand, there's only one thing left to do, and that is to learn the weapon combos and inputs and songs. So it's time to train. While you see in the background footage of me training for this, I want to remind you that this video takes a long time to make. So if you could please subscribe, and if possible, leave a like and comment. It helps my channel a lot and lets the algorithm know how sexy I am.
Now please, continue to enjoy.
After hours and hours of training, I believe I was ready, so I gave it a shot again. But I was still nowhere close to my inspiration. What else was I missing? If I had this amount of problems with normal Lagiacrus, you can imagine how I would do against the temper one. My problems were too many to count, but while almost all could be solved by just keep trying and practicing, there was one that I had no control over: the monster running away. You see, this shark gummy looking thing has an obsession with running away, resulting in lost in time. If there was only a way to prevent the monster from fleeing. Oh,
so magical, so beautiful.
That's right, luring pots are fantastic for this. Not only they prevent the monster from fleeing, but it makes you their only target. Exactly what I need for this hunt. Now, with that issue sorted, all I needed was the perfect build. I needed maximum attack. So after trying various builds, I gave up and just copied the guy's build video. Look, can you blame me? After hours of trying this challenge and failing, I needed a breather. Don't look at me like that. I know what I am.
I know what I became.
One last thing before attempting this challenge. Once more, I am using 2 hunting horns because the Artian one does not have attack up song or ear block song. And a fun fact, the song's buffs carry over when you switch weapons. So that's free right there. Alright, let's get this party started, shall we? Now, we are going to get our combos, our songs, our buffs. We gotta have them completely. But I think I messed up a little bit on here. I should have gotten the 3 of them at the same time, but for some reason I decided not to. You know, I mess up my inputs, and it doesn't matter how much you train, sometimes it happens. Sometimes you can mess up your inputs. So now I'm gonna try to actually get out of here. I'm stuck. And buff up. But I enter into the sharpening animation, so I had to get off my sacred to cancel it. And in order for me to be able to buff, I got some flash pots for opening some windows of attacks. So now I'm just going to sneak attack them into this domain expansion, into some resounding melody, because yeah, that's what it is. You can roll what you want, but I got earplugs on. Dodge that into another domain expansion, which I was able to dodge the hip tech. That's amazing. I really like that. I got another domain expansion into the chamber, but I need some openings, so I'm using the flash pots. And there he goes. More dancing, more stab, and I was able to actually hit him with the last hit on the tail, so that's kind of cool. Managed to dodge that hip tech. I swear, sometimes it feels like even though he's blinded, he can actually see you. Like, I got knocked out of my domain expansion, but it is what it is. I have a lot of songs into the chamber, so I'm just gonna let them fly if I can't, and see where that takes me. Unfortunately, he's moving a lot. It's really annoying, and I just find that Lagiacrus is an annoying monster, especially with his tail attack. But I enjoy the fight. It's not hard, and it's not easy. It's in between. It's actually quite good. So there goes me spamming resounding melody, and some of his wounds are about to open. Goes into his most powerful attack, which I'm going to go ahead and avoid, and equip my learn pods because this guy likes to run away really a lot. Like, he runs way too much, honestly. So there you go. I'm just gonna go ahead and try to get smacked my face in, and I was able to get that one before I got my ass cheek claps. So that's good. That's good enough for me. Now I'm gonna try to actually get the one in the head, but he's not allowing himself to do that. He's just spamming attacks in order to wasting my time, and now he's just doing the slime attack, but it's not going to happen. So once again, I managed to dodge that, get my adrenaline rush activated. He dodged that attack, so this is the one I'll be trying for so long. Here goes the one in his face. He should be able to be KO'd soon enough. I find out that it takes way too long for that to happen. Now, as you can see, he's just running away. He wants to run away. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do that, and he's KO'd for now. Unfortunately, I don't have any domain expansions in the ground, so I had to place it to do extra damage. I saw a wound in the face, but somehow it got popped before I was able to actually grab it. So here is me again, grabbing another one and succeeding in the encore, and there you go, once more. He tries to run away, and he's gonna keep trying to do that a lot because he's a coward. He wants to be in the water, and that's where he wants to be. But I'm not going to allow him. Another lure input actually makes it. I see the one in the bag. I shouldn't have gotten for this because it's a loss of time. There's no point of going for the tail, honestly. And I should have just kept attacking, and maybe the time would have been better. But I've been doing a lot more than previously, and that's a beautiful miss right there. I just missed my resounding melody. So there you go. Yeah, I've been learning a lot. My times are getting better, I can say, for sure. And now we had to play the chasing game for this monster, but I'm not too concerned. There is a boulder that I can drop on him as soon as we get through this stage, and I'm just gonna go do that for the extra damage so that we can have enough damage to actually capture him in time. I had seriously no idea how the inspiration for this video, how this guy actually got 3 minutes. It's just insane to me. For me, he just keeps running away, but it is the difference between a newbie and a pro, so it is what it is. We got more to do and more resounding melody. I'm trying to see if I got the skull, and as you can see, I got the skull. So I'm just gonna go put the trap down and some tranquilizers and actually capture it. And let's see the time that we actually got. See if it's any good or not. Come on. Yeah, almost 5 minutes. So yeah, this is my best time on the normal Lagiacrus fight. It is not perfect, but after hours of hunts, it's the best I could do. unless I spend thousands of hours practicing. It's something I just can't do, as I have work outside this, and other things and other projects to do. So for now, this is my best time. And of course, we had to get a temper fight in there. So, here it goes. Alright, this is a temper fight. I already know I'm not gonna have a good time on this one because, well, the placement of where they are, it's kinda difficult to actually reach them, so it's gonna be a loss of time. But on the good note, I actually got my combo at the start properly. So I got all three in one, and there you go. Now we're just gonna move into where the monster is. Skipping ahead, and here it is. Sneak attack into, you know it already, the domain expansion. This time I'm using the mantle to actually have more damage, a little bit more damage, into the resounding melody, and that's some damage right there. So yeah, fun fact, the first time I fought this monster, he destroyed me. Mostly because I didn't know the movements or anything like that. It was my second time actually playing it in franchise. I think I played it in Monster Hunter Generations, I think it was. It was a long time ago. But yeah, I'm trying to throw flashbangs to a blinded monster. That's just how amazing I am. I managed to do that hit check. That's also a testament to how amazing I am. So I'm just running away, and yeah, I had to run away that because I was actually dodging that. I actually dodged the attack because my adrenaline activated. So that's cool. I got tail swiped, which is great. Got my resounding melody once more, so I'm just gonna let that fly as soon as I can. I'm trying to open the wound in the leg, so that's one of the things that you have to do, especially fighting against temper monsters. It just gives more opportunities, so more resounding melody. But look who's here. The great and almighty Uduna. I think I have done. The only bad part about the temper fight is that it's randomized as to when the fight will start, and even so, what monsters will appear. Push them away. You know, I don't want you here. So the fight is actually quite entertaining. Either way, let's go ahead and you know, follow him because he's just going to go ahead and run away, which is annoying. That being said, let's move ahead over there, getting stuck. So here we are once more, fighting it, tail swipe, because I can't dodge to save my life. It's gonna go, I use his powerful attack. I'm just gonna go ahead and get that temper one that was open tag to Uduna. And yeah, hit that right there. He's on the ground. I'm gonna go hit this other leg, because there's another one over there, and it opens up, which is amazing. And I'm just gonna continue actually hitting him and grab it as soon as I can, so that we can put him in the ground once more. Now I want to go to the face because I want to KO him. I wasn't able to KO him just yet, so that's what I'm gonna try to do, especially with the N-chords and powerful attacks. But unfortunately, I'm not able to, which is annoying. And he goes ahead and uses his powerful tail swipe. But yeah, I was stuck in an animation here, so I couldn't dodge. Isn't that great? I'm trying to KO him as much as I can, but as well, I'm trying to get my my melodies, and yeah, I almost died there, which would have pretty much destroyed my hopes of actually getting a good time on this. I'm aiming for about 7 to 8 minutes, because, well, usually it takes me about 16 minutes to kill this thing, so, you know, that will be more than half the amount of time cut, and yeah, that's what I want to do. So I'm mounting him to open some wounds, but I just noticed that I'm not going to go for the head. I'd rather go for the back and just attack it as much as I can, because I need to break it, because I don't want him to go into his stupid mode. So I'm trying to KO him once more, and getting my melodies here, like a resounding melody like that. I was able to open the one on his face, but I missed the first, and he goes into roar, hopefully. And now we're just gonna go ahead and get our import, get our domain expansion, and we're just gonna continue doing that. He is KO'd, I believe, and some more resounding melody. Swear, when you get in a rhythm with this weapon, it's so good. A little bit more of a domain expansion here. I was trying to use it, but I just didn't actually know that I didn't have it loading the chamber. You know what I mean? So I'm going for the face one more. Fire. I'm using the learn pod because I know he's gonna try to run away, and that's going to be annoying. Get another one, and thankfully I did that, otherwise I would have been slammed to death and into 3 more encore damage right there. I'm gonna try to use another learn point because he's trying to run away into the resounding melody, and I see his leg that is basically open, but he pushes away, so I'm not able to reach it, and he hits me. And yeah, I tried once more, but I was not able to get him in time. So yeah, that's just the sad reality of things. But hey, I think I'm happy about it, about the time that I'm getting. Mostly because, well, it's new for me, and I'm learning a ton of things while doing this. So there you go. I'm trying to get the skull with the resounding melody. I'm not getting it just yet, but I'm hitting the injury, or the one, and he's on the floor. He should be close to death right now, so, or at least getting the skull. And yeah, one more resounding melody, and there it is. The skull is in here, so I'm trying to cancel my animation, put the trap down, because you know he's going to try to run away as fast as he can. And there we go, we managed to catch her in. So let's see how much, how my time that I had. And with 7 minutes, almost 8, temper hunt. Keep in mind that my previous temp before speedrunning were finished around 15 minutes, including the underwater fight. This I would consider a success, as I have eliminated entirely the underwater fight that mostly takes a lot of time. So yeah, am I good enough to be a speedrunner? Heck no. There's just too much to learn, and way too many skills to acquire, and unfortunately, I don't have the time to do so. But I learned many things, like buffing like crazy before fights, and how awesome luring pods are in keeping the monster around for extra damage. If you have seen my previous videos, you will know I have been using them often. Such a great tool. I am glad I actually took the time to try and learn how speedrunners play. I believe it made me a better hunter. If you have attempted a speedrun of a monster, please let me know how it went, the preparations it took, and if it was fun or not. Perhaps I will try it in the future a bit more, perhaps not. Either way, I'm glad I went out of my comfort zone to try something new. Lastly, I will be honest, I was so frustrated about not being able to perform as well as I wanted to, and I hated the fact that I lacked in skills. But sometimes, we tend to silence our growth under the loud noises of failure. I gained many things today, things that will be with me for the rest of my life. And even if I fail completely, that will stay with me for the rest of my life. That is my biggest success. And with that, this story has come to an end. So thank you for watching, and see you guys on the next one. And as always, happy hunting!